Behind me is my personal 2024 Toyota Sienna Hybrid limited model, and I already did one or two videos pertaining to what's going on with the 2025 Toyota Sienna Hybrid in terms of changes, updates, and more. But I've been forced to do yet another 2025 Toyota Sienna Hybrid video because we recently got some really good news and a nice update from Toyota on the 2025 Sienna model year, and we're going to review it. And I'm actually going to go over the average fuel economy that we're getting on this Sienna Hybrid Limited, which has about 11 or 10,000 kilometers on it. We're going to review all that just ahead in this video. All right, so we did get some pretty cool changes for us here on the 25 Sienna Hybrid. I'm not going to go over everything. That's not what this video is for. If you came here for that info, I'll put a link in the description below so you can see exactly what the changes are for 25 Sienna Hybrid. I'll summarize it a bit. We are getting a new model for us here in Canada. It's called a Platinum model. And yes, it does come with a new alloy wheel, heads-up display, comes with a vacuum in the center console. I'll show you that area of where it's going to be over here on our Sienna in just a second. It comes with a mini cooler or fridge as well in the same or similar space. We are also getting a minor refresh on the exterior of the XSEs particularly, and it's not really a change in the design, it's more of a change in the trim colors and that. So there's going to be a lot more black accents on the exterior of the XSE. There's going to be no more chrome at all from what I can see on the XSE exterior. So the front is going to be all blacked out in terms of the trim. The door handles will now feature a black accent instead of all body color or all chrome or chrome accent. We are also going to be getting upgraded options for your multimedia system. You can get up to 12.3 inch wide screen, which is really good. Upgraded sizing as well for your multi-information display system. And if you don't already know, that's this screen that sits right behind your steering wheel, which houses a lot of your customizations and features for the vehicle, TSS, trip timers, fuel economy, etc. And by the way, speaking on TSS, guys, it's still a 2.0 TSS. We have not moved up to a 2.5 or a 3. Potentially that'll be for 2026. Moving right along to other changes. For example, we are getting the latest multimedia when it comes to connectivity, which is going to feature wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, cloud-based navigation capability, Drive Connect capability, and more. And for 2025 Toyota Sienna Hybrid, Toyota has upgraded the effectiveness and the actual wireless phone charger itself. I just looked over at our wireless phone charger. It doesn't work too bad. It does the job. It's pretty good. The only thing I might say is that it does take some time. You usually have to remove your case to get an effective charge on this particular one, and it does move around a bit. I think the new one for the 25 Siennas have a little bit of a groove that protrudes up on the wireless charger. It keeps it from moving around, and it's supposed to be next generation or new generation wireless phone charging, so that's really cool for 2025. All right, let's get to the big news. So just released about a day or so ago was that Toyota is going to ramp up production of the Sienna Hybrid for the 2025 model and for the 2025 calendar year, up 20%. That's right, that's huge. That's a big deal. Toyota's hoping to jump 20% in production for the Sienna Hybrids. That gives them an approximate 85,000 Sienna units to be built for the 2025 model, when compared to the other production or previous production rate would have given them 71,000 Sienna Hybrids. So that's up 14,000 Sienna Hybrid units for 2025. That's a very big deal. And it's so refreshing to see Toyota do this on such a high demand and high volume seller Sienna or vehicle in the lineup. That's big. 5%, 10%, I can kind of understand. Maybe it's not too hard to pull off, you know, but 15, 20%, that's a big deal, and that's very, very good news. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Now, some articles state that that's a 20% increase for production or for the amount of units that we're going to be getting here in Canada. Other articles state that it's 20% more production from the plant itself. I think that's really where it's at. I think the percentage of increase is not directly or indirectly for any specific territory or country. I think it's just from the source, from the plant. If you didn't already know, the Sienna Hybrid is built in Indiana. Yes, that's the United States. So how many of that extra 14,000 Sienna Hybrid units will we be getting here in Canada? I'm not sure. Not sure if anybody really knows that number, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's all relative. More is more, and more of something that's so hot and so popular and high demand can only be good news. Another thing to keep in mind, yes, that's 20% increase in production, but on specifically what? We've got a lot of models of Sienna Hybrids when it comes to which package and trim you want to go with. For us here in Canada, we have the LE front wheel, all wheel, XLE front wheel. We have XSE all-wheel drive tech, front wheel drive non-tech. We have the limited, and then we have the platinum now. So to go and build an extra 14,000, I'd be very curious to know exactly what models are going to be getting the bulk of that increase. If I have to estimate what I think the bread and butter units will be going up in terms of production. For us here, that's mainly XLE front wheel drive, XSE all-wheel drive, maybe XSE all-wheel drive technology. I don't think any other front wheel drives will really get too much of an increase in production, because I don't think we really sell much of the front wheel drive stuff too much here, other than the XLE, because it gets you into the Softex interior and some other nicer features. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Which model you think will see the largest increase in production for this 20% increase overall from the factory? Will it be the XLE, XSE? Will it be the platinum maybe? I mean, who knows? As I promised, I told you guys I would check out with you what our average fuel economy is here for the Sienna Limited. Let's take a look here. So it says that we are getting an average of 7.3 liters per 100, and that's combined city and highway. But I gotta tell you, we don't really do much highway with this Sienna. We do maybe, I don't know, 15%, 10% driving is on the highway. So most of this is city, which I think that's pretty cool. So this is the multi-information display system. Had this had been a 2025 model, this screen would actually be 12.3 inch to be specific, wide, which is basically going to give you a full digital multi-information display system, which is pretty cool. So 7.3 liters per 100 kilometers, that's not bad. I think that's pretty good in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yes, I am due for a maintenance. I got to bring it in. But here you can toggle through a lot of your settings and a lot of your customizations and multimedia. You can see so many different things here. PSI on your tires, pre-collision system, parking assist, your energy monitor for your hybrid system. The list goes on and on. So here's the current wireless phone charger that comes standard on the Sienna Limited. And it does actually have some small grooves here that help to hold the phone in place. But it still does move around a little bit from time to time. Not a big deal. I think the new generation one does have some more bold and more protruding little blockers that keep the phone in place. But again, it's going to be a next generation wireless phone charger. Should charge your phone more effectively and probably a lot faster as well, which is really good news. So I said I'd show you the back of this Sienna Hybrid. Now, sorry about the mess. Don't mind it. It's our personal van. We've got 3 kids. So this center console on the Platinum grade 2025, it looks like protrudes out to about there, roughly. And then that space is what's taken up by the cooler or the mini fridge, the vacuum assembly, and so on, which it's not really a big deal. Doesn't create an obstruction, in my opinion, because these seats are on a long slide feature and can easily slide front and back when you've got to get passengers in and out. So that is what I've got to say about the space in the interior and about the 25 Platinum Sienna Hybrid. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video review and update, some really cool and good news on such a popular and hot, high demand Toyota vehicle like the Sienna minivan, the Sienna Hybrid for 2025. We'll catch you guys on the next video and review. Take care.